Mars conjuncts Neptune on the 29th, and I think for all of mankind, the organism is being stirred up with very deep subconscious wirings that comes from really our DNA, like who are we related to in the past? You know, um, some people's families were doing something else, in wars or building things, and other people's were doing something else, and they might not have gotten along and stuff like that. So there's a lot of, and this is going back to Jesus's time, and I'm not kidding. Everybody's got that experience that they're related to as the organism, the whole ocean. It just represents that massive um, connection to our subconscious, whether we know it like it or not. Our physical bodies are holding and storing that information, kind of like, can be awakened, and it's like ancestral karmas anyway. On a very, it's I was gonna say hocus pocusy. What I mean is it's the very issue of, it's like the battle um um to keep God on the table or something. It's like do or die with Mars. So anyway, you see, Mars is it's making our entire physical world and our bodies like nebulous. If you don't judge yourself through this time, if your house is a mess and you're a mess, it's very like the ocean. It's like, oh no, no structure at all. I mean, really, and so, but when Mars goes into Aries, it's going to change completely. It's at home there. It's away from Neptune. It's getting a cleanse, if you will, from the ocean. I say it's an extremely good time to do that subconscious um, look. You look at it, but see, now aside from that, really like really getting rid of deception, the whole organism is also susceptible, like I said, to pure deception. I mean, it's just a flare up. And like I said, because it's Mars, watch out for mankind. They might be walking in a fog. They might need help being pulled out. It's not um, too far fetched to try to say something to people. See, with Aries, with the Mercury in Aries right now, that has just gone forward with 2 days. I don't know about you, but I piped up and I was able to say some things finally. It's like, God, there's shit going on and you have to say something, and say, excuse me, but do you think that something else could have been done other than that? Is there a more creative thing you could have done? So just make them think. You have to. That saying, the unexamined life is a wasted life. You didn't come here to run on automatic and just go down the chutes and ladders and then say I'm more successful than you, and stuff like that. You know how people are playing a game of competition with money, 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 and it's like, babes, we're all in the same boat there. I wish they can realize that and then take care of each other better, and watch out who you give your money to, and watch out who you're taking your money from. Who do you work for? Right? I've always kind of heard that in my life, and really I didn't care about it because I wasn't in it. I mean, uh no, I worked for private business owners, women. My bosses, okay, I had a woman boss. Well, I had a male boss before. The restaurant that I worked at was male, and he liked me. I really, he liked blondes. I found out his blonde kind of looked like me. His wife looked like me. He had two wives, and they both kind of looked like me. So of course, he noticed not only did I work well, but he's like, "Dang, I'm gonna put you on the floor, bitch." Pardon my Aries. That was terrible, right? This Mars has been opposing my Venus, and I've been having. There's a little bit of a like an issue with what men. I'm doing my issue with men thing, and it's like, we need to be healers. We need to be therapists for each other. We need to pull each other up. We need to have a little argument and try to get something done, and hug each other afterwards, and try to get something done there. I mean, there isn't any reason to shut down and treat each other any more worse than how life is already hard enough. I mean, really, right? And I'm still sticking to that. If you're experiencing hardship and struggle, see, I was just contemplating. It's just no more difficulties, please. And see, there's a lot of people who will just say, oh no, you need difficulties or you won't get strong. It's like, that's not what I'm talking about. See, that's, of course, if we're going to learn something, we challenge difficulties to get past something into a better place, and it actually becomes easier. That's the better place we're coming. But if it's just always difficult and it's never going to work and it's never working at all, it's never enough, and it's always like that, you need to get out of there. You're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. You shouldn't even do that. Focus on what's working. And boy, some people right now, if we're talking about the Uranus Jupiter conjunction, the Uranus alone has been asking people to scale down, find out what you can do in your microcosms, make yourselves happy. You guys are too busy. You guys are too scattered. You guys are too thinking that that's more important than establishing a stable at your home, say. Literally, fucking set up some chickens and set up some horses or something. But garden at your home. I don't know. See that it's skeptical whether we can do that anymore because of the chemtrails and then the soil fucked up you have to be a fucking a chemical warfare scientist to try to grow food on your property anymore. I mean, excuse me, you have to get a tractor and take I imagine you have to keep moving dirt away and getting fresh soil that wasn't chemtrailed. Thanks for listening. But the point is just to be more creative because your creative life is so much more fulfilling. That stencil that they have people working out there for money is just a suggestion, and it's a club. I tried to explain it in my last video. Did I erase it? I shouldn't have erased it. It's actually a really good video. It was a channel. I just channeled something, and I said, it's really humanity saying this is what we really need to stand up and say something to um, people that sound ridiculous. Really, they don't think it all the way through, and then they're doing it to defend themselves, right? It's like, well, how do you justify what you did as far as the asphalt spillers? I have a real issue with the Strawberry Creek Inn people now. I heard that they're new owners, and it's like, you know what? You want to get to know who these people are. If I didn't know any better, the Strawberry Creek Inn was paved because they're going to encourage people. People will not go there and stay. They would rather go and stay at an Airbnb, and that's increased. See, that Quiet Creek Inn, Strawberry Creek Inn, their parking lot before never had more than because it's an inn, and it never has more than 4 or 5 cars in it. So they made a parking lot with at least 26 to 30 spaces. I mean, I would like to go there and walk through and say, oh, look, you only have 15 houses here, and you made 20 to 35 fucking spaces of parking lot. If I go there and see that, when do you think it will be in my lifetime that people stop calling me crazy just because I raise my voice and I make these faces at them? You can't do that. Because, look, what do we do? How do we deliver it to these people to where they say, now you said it so eloquently that I can actually accept what you're saying. You're never going to accept being wrong. Fucking assholes from hell. You need to be yelled at because Satan is in there somewhere and just say, you fucking parasite! I can't make anything good for the life of you!